Netflix hitting new all-time highs today. Shares now up 17% in the past month. And a new bullish call on the stock. Atlantic Equities raising its price target to $780 from $690. That's a new street high. It's also our call of the day. Joe, you just bought some Netflix last week.
I did. And listen, I'll be candid. It had nothing to do with fundamentals. You've got a research firm now raises the target. They're doing so. They're reacting to the higher price. That's all they're doing. But you had a stock that was in a significant consolidation range for multiple months, and it was very similar when you pattern recognize it and you're looking at a factor of momentum to what we experienced with Amazon. You're now seeing the technical breakout unfolding. I told you that I believed it could go to 6.25, 650. That's the exact spot where I think ultimately it'll land. But you've reestablished positive momentum after a long period of consolidation, and that is something that is sustainable over not just a couple of weeks, but should be sustainable over an extended period for multiple quarters.
Pete, you also own some Netflix calls. What's your take?
Yeah, Frank, I'm listening to Joe, and I would agree with what Joe has to say about this thing. It's not necessarily on the fundamental side of things, but you can point to the international growth and some of those things. But I think the reality is, look at what this stock has done in a really short period of time. And I'm not talking about just in the last week, but you just look at the last couple of weeks and where this stock was and where it is right now. It's absolutely catapulted to the upside. So I think there is a bit of a momentum play right now, and that's probably why we are seeing significant amounts of option trading in here as well. So a lot of people looking for a little bit of a bump to the upside. It's very, very short-term options, Frank, literally options that are trading for just 1 week or so. So that's kind of where we are right now. This is a trade for me. I'm not in the stock, but I certainly do like the calls right now.
Stephanie, I know you're not in the stock either. I digged a little bit deeper in this Atlantic Equities note. Part of their bull case here is that of almost a quarter of incremental revenue between now and 2025 for Netflix is going to come from U.S. subscribers. What's your take on that? Do you think they have that much more revenue growth here in the U.S.?
I think they're tapped out, quite frankly. It's one of the reasons I don't own it. I've owned Viacom in the past, but I made 100% in Viacom in a very short period of time, and I took my profits. I don't own any of the streaming names right now. I would take a look at Disney if we saw a pullback. It hasn't acted really well as of late, but if we see a 10% pullback, that's the one I would go with.
All right.